Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy James from What's Your Forte, and today we're going to be installing the Kies Motorsports magnetic paddle shifters on my BMW X5. Let's get to it. All right, so when you order these paddle shifters from Kies, you're going to get it in this box right here. They're going to come super fast. This came super fast after I ordered it, and it came in super quick, and it came in this nice box. So this is going to have all the tools you're going to need to do this installation, and these nice paddle shifters what's going to come as well. So this is real carbon. It's got a nice thick feel to it, and it also has the Kies logo. They're the magnetic kind, so they're going to give you that nice satisfying click every time you go through the gears. You're also going to get a little keychain, which is always nice, and then a sticker so you can rep Kies brand. So yeah, man, so this is everything you're going to need. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the car, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do that. So it's basically a pretty simple process. You want to, some people leave the steering wheel on. I take the steering wheel off. I just think it's easier to take the steering wheel off. So first things first, you want to disconnect the battery. Then you want to remove the airbag. Then there's like two little screws you can take off to get these off the back. Then you have to disconnect them from the inside of the steering wheel, and then replace it, and then reverse everything you just did. I made it sound really, really simple, and it kind of is. So we're gonna go ahead and get through that now. All right. So one thing you're gonna want to do before you disconnect the battery is you want to make sure that your steering wheel is in the right position. So I got the steering wheel exactly where I want it, so I can access everything. Sometimes I like moving it out just so I know I don't have to struggle to get behind it in case I need to. But you can move it out, get it positioned exactly where you want it. And then you can get it positioned exactly where you would want it, so you can remove it with ease. All right, because once you unplug that battery, you're not gonna be able to do any of this. So I always encourage you to do that first. Now it's time to disconnect the battery. All right, so on the X5, what you're gonna need to do to access the battery, they got some little clips here you gotta take out in order to get to the battery, which is underneath here. So you got a couple of clips you need to take off to get to the battery. So let's do that right now. All right, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips that you will need to remove, and then boom, you see it right there. Now you can take that out. So now that we got the battery exposed, what we're going to do, take a 10 or 12 mil, disconnect. Well, you just pretty much want to loosen it, and then you'll be able to hold it off. I need to grab a microfiber towel to put in between the two just so it doesn't reconnect while I'm doing all the work. All right, so I'm gonna go grab a microfiber towel, and then we'll loosen that up. All right, so have that disconnected. I just loosen that up enough where I can get that to remove, and then I'm putting the microfiber towel between that and the post, because like I said, you don't want this to try to reconnect during the installation. So just give that some separation there, and we should be good to go. Also, you kind of want to leave your car in a position in case something gets locked out that you can still get back into it. So I have some of my windows down and cracked and all that. All right, so we are good to go. So now let's go to the inside of the car and remove the pesky steering wheel. All right, so usually, if I remember correctly, on most cars I can just remove the red, the positive, and then that will take care of everything. Maybe because the X5 has different electronics, I had to remove the black and red. So I got to disconnect the battery fully, because when I opened the door, I still saw the BMW infotainment and all that load up, which is not what you want. All right, so I disconnected the battery fully, so I took off the red and the black, and now it's where I need to be. So I'm gonna grab another microfiber towel, put over that just in case, and we should be good to go. All right, so the next part of this process is going to be to remove the airbag. So to remove the airbag, there's going to be 2 little springs releases, which is going to be right into this area. So you'll see a little indentation underneath here, somewhere around this area. You'll be able to feel it, and then you'll be able to, so you got a puncture in here to remove the spring on both sides of the wheel. Take your time. This is the most frustrating part of all of this. The rest of everything else is pretty easy and straightforward. Removing the airbag is the most frustrating part. So take your time. I've done it a couple of times, so I shouldn't struggle. It's also better to use a Phillips head screwdriver versus a flathead. Flathead can go in there and tear some stuff up. Phillips head, you'll kind of get that feeling with the spring. Also, you don't want to go too deep. If you're fully deep all the way in there, you're way too deep. You're not in the channel. All right. So let's go ahead and get this steering wheel off. Man, I don't know, y'all. I know I've done this before, but this might be a world record. I got this off in like 5 seconds. It's usually never taken me that quick. Usually I have to go a little bit, but I got this off in like 5 seconds, man. So I'm gonna lay this right here, and you'll see those springs right there. So you can kind of see right there where the spring is, and if I push on it, you can kind of see it moving. Yeah, right there. So like I said, even this way, you can kind of see the spring moving a little bit. Even when me seeing the channels, it's even a little difficult, but you can kind of see the spring moving, and that's what's gonna release the pad, and that's what's gonna release the airbag. So got that done. Now to take the airbag off, there's this little clip right here. Just got to get your finger in there, squeeze down on it, pull it out, and then your airbag is off. All right. Then I think this is an 18 mil. It's either 16 or 18. Just take an impact to it, get it right off. All right. And you should be good to go to get your wheel off. Easy peasy. All right. I did confirm it is a 16 mil. So put a 16 mil on that, and you better get it off. All right. So I got my impact here. So I'm gonna try to do this one-handed for you guys. All right. Hold on, make sure my impact's going the right way. It is. All right, I won't be able to do this one-handed. Let me come back with y'all. Actually, let's see if I can lay it down like that. Goodness gracious. There it is. And boom, it comes right off. Somebody put some thread locker on it, which usually I don't see that. Usually don't see thread locker, but we was able to get through it. No damage done to the wheel. So, all right, let's go ahead and get to the next part. All right, wheel is off. Wheel delete complete. Let's get to the next part. All right, so now we have the steering wheel here. So now what you want to do is kind of reach in, pull these blue little tabs out, which are right there. And then you'll be able to see a T20 right up in there, which is going to hold this paddle, shift paddle in. And you're going to need to remove that to remove the shift paddle. All right. So once you remove that T20 that's holding in the shift paddle, you should be able to disconnect this blue thing and disconnect the shift paddle completely. All right. And you'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, so this is one of the shift paddles out. So what you want to do to kind of get this out is, I'm trying to get this to focus. So it goes in like that. So you want to get like a small pick tool to kind of press down on this. And then while you're pushing in and pressing down on this, just pull it out. And then you should see this come right out. Just take your time. You don't want to damage this. Take your time. Push down on it and then pull out at the same time. And you'll be able to get this out. And there you go. Pretty simple, right? All right, so this is the reason why you buy these magnetic shifters. Look at that. You hear that? That is so satisfying. Man, look at that. Feels good, sounds good. It's like satisfying motorsports click. I know y'all like, man, this dude got an SUV. Why he putting that in? Because one, because I want to. Two, because I always want to try these, so why not? So there you go. All right, both paddle shifters are out. And if all you're doing is paddle shifters, then you're just going to reverse what I just told you. So you'll put that paddle shifter on. You will feed the Kies paddle shifter on, feed it through the hole where the blue wire just came out of, connect it to the wire in here, put the T20 in there to screw back into here, and then you're good to go. And then put the reverse everything. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of extra stuff to the steering wheel. So if you want to see what else I'm doing to the steering wheel, you got to check out the next video. But this video is about the magnetic paddle shifter. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get these reinstalled. I'll go along with some other things, and then I'll give you my driving impressions of these once they're installed in the car. All right. So one thing I do want to talk about these paddle shifters right here is that you do need to make sure you reuse the tools, reuse the screws that come with the Kies kit, which are gonna be like these screws right here. And he does give you some Allen wrenches. So you do want to make sure you reuse the hardware, because I just tried to use the stock hardware and yeah, almost messed up. So I was like, this doesn't feel like it's going in the right way. And I looked at the bag and I was like, oh, he supplies his own hardware. So you want to make sure you reuse the hardware that it supplies from the Kies kit. Yeah, man, that is satisfying. Isn't that satisfying? All right, let me go ahead and finish this up. All right, we got this back in. Everything seems to be in and working. So we are good to go there. So now that is going to be it for everything on the steering wheel. Check out the paddle shifters. Like, listen to this. Man, that sounds good, man. Look at that. Oh, that is satisfying, I tell you, man. Great job, Kies, with developing these, getting these rolled out for us enthusiasts. All right, so let's go ahead and take the car for a drive and test out these paddle shifters to make sure they work. All right, everyone. So I'm up in the car right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and try out these shift paddles, man. So I got the car in Sport Plus. I got it in sport mode right now, but we're gonna go to manual shifting because I want to show you guys these shift paddles. These shift paddles build quality is A1, man. You can just tap it, boom, switching gears. You don't even really have to give it much force. You get the satisfying click from these magnets that are built into these paddles. So I'm gonna take you through, probably gonna do a lot of short shifting, down shifting, just so I can show you guys what it's like. All right. Yeah, one thing I like about these paddles too is the build quality. Like, these paddles are super thick and they feel really sturdy. So I know, like, there's some other paddles where if you like hit it from the bottom or hit it from the top, they feel a little flimsy, and then if you feel like you're gonna break it over time. I don't feel like that with these. These feel like they're built to last. Like, you'll get at least minimum 5, 6, 7, maybe even longer than that years out of this, unless you're like super heavy-handed and you're just like wrenching on it, which you shouldn't even be doing that anyway. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, man, I feel really good about these. Like, the downshifts, it feels like everything's in tune with the car, everything's reacting the way it should, and you have a lot more surface area. And I have big hands, as you guys can see right there, and I have enough room behind the paddle and the controls here to where my fingers aren't hitting. Like, it's just like the perfect rest area with the driving position that I'm in right now, and I don't have to worry about my fingers hitting those every time, or I can get my fingers back through there with a lot of clearance. So I'm good to go on that. The size, shape, feel of these shift paddles look really nice. And they also flow well with the rest of the carbon that's in the car. I'm going to shut up now and let you guys hear the paddles. Yeah. Sound and feel good, man. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, man, I just wanted to show you guys exactly how the driving feels with them and give you my first impressions. This is the first time I ever had magnetic paddle shifters. So, oh no, I like them, man. I like them. I like them a lot. It definitely just adds a little bit extra to your driving experience when you're going through your gears and you're using the paddles, right? So, yeah, man, definitely shout out to Kies Motorsports for getting these shipped out super quick. They got probably the fastest shipping in the game, man. I don't know how they get stuff shipped out so quick into your house so quick, but they got some kind of magic deal with FedEx, of all the brands, to get stuff to your house super quick, man. FedEx and UPS. So yeah, man, that's gonna be today's video. If you're interested in these magnetic shift paddles, I'll be linking them down below, man, so you can check them out and make sure to get them from Kies Motorsports, man. Yeah, they have these paddles for any G series, and they also have them for the F series cars as well. Any of your X series, X3, X4, X5, X6, any of those, you'll be able to get these paddles for those cars as well, man. So yeah, man, that's gonna be today's video. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna holler at you guys later, man. Peace.